Orlando.
Welcome to the OZone.
Welcome to the OZone.
Welcome to the OZone.
Welcome to the OZone.
The voice of Magic fans.
Welcome back to another episode of the OZone podcast, the voice of Magic fans. In the virtual studio today, we have Justin.
Yo.
Al.
What's going on?
Myself, Anthony, and a very special guest joining us, Orlando Magic forward, Wes Iwundu.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me, man. Yep.
So, obviously, with everyone quarantining right now, Wes, what are you doing to stay busy?
Trying to stay in a routine, man. Like, basically, like, weekdays, Monday through Friday, it's like, you know, I hit it pretty hard in the mornings with conditioning, weights, you know, some ball handling drills, form shooting drills. Like, that's pretty much my routine in the morning. And after that, man, it's pretty much like a chill day, you know, for me. Trying to stay inside and, stay away from things. But it's pretty much it, man. You know, just working out, playing 2K, doing some fashion things on the side, and also staying in contact with my teammates as well. But that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's good to hear that you're still dribbling basketball because
Thanks,
I've heard some stories that you got players out there that it's been a little while. So
yeah,
and I know as a player, if you go too long without it, you kind of start to lose that rhythm a little bit.
For sure. That's the normal thing, man. You know, for anybody, with anything, you get away from it for a little bit. It's just like you fall out of rhythm. But yeah, bro. Like as a professional though, it's kind of like the timeline I think is. It's not that long for us to get back in shape and get back into a rhythm, which is a good thing as well. But, just trying to find ways to stay active and stay working out, I think would be big for everyone.
And Wes, I know you mentioned you've been playing 2K. I know you created your league. I'm playing in your league at the moment.
Yeah.
So I know you got the first pick in the draft, a little controversial, not going to lie. So one thing that surprised me is you went with James Harden as the first pick for your team. Any reasoning behind that?
Honestly, man, because that's just like the best player I know how to use on 2K. Like everybody was like, it might be LeBron go first or whoever, but I kind of picked my team like who I know how to use on the video game itself, man. So that was my whole game plan with the drafting thing and going forward. Awesome.
And what's your expectation? So I'm going to see you in the playoffs, you think?
Yeah, we should be, man. That's what I'm hoping for. It's a little tough right now, but I'm trying to get there.
Hey, but Wes, please tell me you drafted yourself, right?
Man, my best friend drafted me before I could get me. He went ahead and pulled the trigger before I could, man. So I was literally about to pick me like I think I was in the 7th round or so. Once I got my first 5, man, but as soon as I was about to pick, he was picked before me and got me. So I was upset.
But just so you guys know, my recommendation was he got the first pick in the draft. He's the commissioner. He's the guy running the league. I'm like, my thinking is, you're an NBA player, you got to pick yourself with the first pick.
Of course.
That's my rule.
Hey, look, real life situation, of course, I'm picking myself up against anybody, man. But just to like, I knew I had the first pick, man. I knew James Harden wasn't going to stay on there. Probably past the 4th pick, so I just had to go ahead and get it.
That's good, and we know that you've been doing other things to kind of stay busy. We saw that you've been helping out Jonathan Isaac with efforts to feed children in Central Florida with the J.U.M.P Ministries. Can you talk a little bit about that and some of the initiatives that you guys are working on?
Yeah, man. So J.I., he actually reached out to the team, and let us know that he was starting this whole thing with J.U.M.P Ministry, with giving food and delivering food. And pretty much, man, just as a good teammate, inspired by what he was doing, I threw in a donation, man, any way I could to help out, anyone, because I knew, around times like this, it's pretty tough for everybody, especially with people that's not working or, might be doing something else a little different in these times. It's kind of hard to adjust to, man. So, my whole thing was just reaching out to J.I., trying to help, with the donation and kind of, give back to some people around in the community.
That's good. Yeah, it's important. I think you guys as players, especially the Magic franchise, does a really good job at kind of, engaging the community and being there for the community, being a consistent presence.
True.
So I think it's awesome that you guys, as young players, are kind of taking that torch and running with it and actually leading those efforts. So it's really cool to see, and we really appreciate, you know, you being that engaged in the community and looking to help everybody who you can.
Yeah, thanks, fellas, for sure.
Of course. So Wes, let's get to know you a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
So from a basketball perspective, who has been your biggest influence as you're growing up? Whether it was, you know, your middle school or high school years, just growing up, who was that influence for you?
I'm definitely gonna say my older brother. You know, it's funny, man. I started playing like around third grade, and he kind of like, you know, told me like, let's go on the drive and go to this game, and you know, showed up at the game, and little did I know I was about to be playing in it, man. So, you know, shouts out to you know, my big bro, and pretty much, man, through my whole, you know, basketball career of playing up until now, he's been kind of that you know, influencer or, you know, that momentum guy, you know, to keep things real and keep things even, you know, getting through this. So he's been a pretty big helping hand in that aspect.
So would you say like your brother is your inspiration, but are you just like a big family guy overall, or is your relationship with your brother just different?
Yeah, man, overall I'm a big family guy, but you know, when it comes to basketball, my mom, she leaves it up to my brother. My dad, he's kind of just, you know, in the scenes, like keeping up with everything. But, you know, the person who understands the game the most, you know, out of my family and close family would be my brother. So, you know, of that subject, you know, we're pretty close. And, yeah, man, that's how it's been, you know, pretty much the whole time.
Wes, you're from Houston, Texas, right?
Yep.
So growing up, who's your favorite player and team? Were you a big Rockets fan growing up?
I was, man. I think that whole time of living in Houston, you know, all the players that came through there. My favorite player around the time was T-Mac, maybe, man, because like T-Mac came in, he kind of changed the team up. Him and Yao Ming, bro, they was like running things, you know, for like a hot little second there, man, until I think Yao he got hurt or something like that. Kind of, you know, slowed the momentum up. But I was a big T-Mac fan growing up in Houston, you know, through my time and all the players that came through there.
I'm a diehard T-Mac fan. Like that's my guy, man. He's like
dope.
Yeah. Like obviously growing up, my pops was a big Shaq fan. That's how I started watching the Magic. But I didn't really fully understand the game of basketball until T-Mac. And T-Mac's my dude. Actually, one of my favorite moments was him wearing a Rockets jersey of him dropping his 30-some points in 11 seconds.
Yo, that was crazy. Everybody remember that one. Everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Wes, who is Wes God?
Wes God that's something that represents energy, man. Good vibes and energy. You know, the little lightning bolt. The lightning bolt is it's all energy, man. You know, it's just good energy, good vibes. You know, even with like playing on the court, man, like with my shoes and highlighter shoes and like different colors, it's just trying to keep the energy alive, man. Trying to keep good faith in things and just switch it up a little bit, man. You know, I like to switch things up with different colors and all type of stuff, man. So that's just pretty much what Wes God is, man, as a whole. Just good energy.
You're a good representative of that. Like, coming off the bench, you're one of those guys that brings in the energy. I think that's one of the things that you're known for. How would you say, because I know you do a little bit of music too, so that whole Wes God personality and just bringing positive vibes, being full of energy, how does that contribute, you know, to what the product is on the court for you, and as well as your music?
I think it's just authentic, man. You know, that's the whole thing with me, just, you know, being loyal, real, you know, just trying to keep good faith, but it's pretty much what it is. Like, you know, it represents who I am as a real person, you know, my upbringing, everything I had to fight for, you know, just being a second round pick, you know, making it this far and trying to, you know, pave a career for myself, man. It's been fun, to say the least. It's been stressful, but it's been fun. That's the best thing about it. So, you know, that's all it is, man. You know, that's who I am as a person. You know, this West guy kind of gives it that tag, you know, that represent me.
Now, AG was just recently, he did an interview with Sports Illustrated where he was kind of talking about his music a little bit. And he had said that he was working on his mixtape and that he wanted to get some of his teammates to get in the studio with him. Have you guys already gotten in the studio and kicked it a little bit? Man,
I probably about 2 weeks ago, I was at AG house, man, and we was in the studio, you know, just kind of game planning and brainstorming with him and his team. Mo is Better was in there, and Ayo, you know, the top producer out here, man. So, we was all in the studio just kind of brainstorming. But we're definitely, about to get back in there, work on something, man, and try to get it out so everybody could hear it. It'll be fun, though. It'll be for sure fun.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of excitement surrounding that. There's
for sure.
Everybody's always looking to see and learn more of the players outside of the court.
Exactly.
And music is a great way to do that. We've heard some of your stuff. We've heard some of AG stuff. Personally, I can say I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it'll be fun because like it's everybody's kind of at home right now, just trying to find some entertainment. So it's just different ways with us to connect with fans, with whoever might be interested, man. So it's just us trying to stay active through this whole thing.
Wes, looking back at your career, so you being a 4-year college player, how do you think that has helped you in the NBA? You mentioned you were a second-round pick. You've gone through, again, ups and downs. But having that experience of 4 years in college, how do you think that's helped you in the NBA?
Honestly speaking, bro, I think it helped me a lot more off the court than on the court. On the court definitely helped me as far as in understanding the patience of, right now might not be your turn, or right now, this is what you got to go through, to get where you want to be. So on the court, 4 years of college helped me in that aspect. And off the court, it's just helped me by, making better decisions, like, knowing what to expect of things, or maybe a type of person I might be dealing with, financially, all type of things off the court. 4 years of college helped me with, man. But yeah, on the court, man, I just say it matured me a lot, for different situations, and pretty much to just keep working, man, and just, knowing that you got to start somewhere, to get where you want to go. So that's pretty much it.
I feel like we don't see too many 4-year players coming out of college anymore.
Oh man, they trying to throw dirt on us, man. But shout out to the ones that's still trying to make it for the 4-year guys, man. Like I tell everybody, at the end of the day, if you can hoop, if you have a good asset that you bring to the court, man, that really stands out, I think they'll find you. Whether that's getting your shot through the G League, trying to work your way up, or wherever it may be, I think it's always a possibility.
I think it makes a big difference because 4 years in the college game, transitioning into the NBA, I mean, just body-wise, you're way more physical, you're stronger, you're faster, you're more mature mentally. You're right, it does help you on and off the floor. What would you say was the biggest adjustment for you, though, from the college basketball game to the NBA game?
That's funny, man. Actually, being in college for 4 years, I think I had to readjust to the physical part of the league. It's a different ball game, bro. Like, college and the league is two different ball games. Like, sometimes I can watch a college game and I'm like, it's a little too slow for me, man. Like, they got to do something about speeding the game up, or trying to do different things, man. But being in college for 4 years and making that adjustment of the physicality of the league, man, was the toughest part for me, I think.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that we can all see, like how fast the game is played, the physicality of it.
Yeah.
Again, you got guys like LeBron who are ball forward, they're almost 300 pounds.
Yeah, man.
You don't see that quite a bit in college.
Exactly. Different ball game.
You even see that also, because even on the TV screen, right? You're watching the game, and sometimes it still kind of does look normal pace, but the minute that you're at the game and you have really good seats, whether front court or front row, you see the game, like everything just runs a million times faster. You
see it for what it is, man. Yeah, and it's crazy you say that, man, because I'm pretty sure you guys watch a lot of basketball yourselves, man, and sometimes it's hard talking to somebody who don't understand the game, like maybe you understand the game. So it's still, like I said, it's way faster, man. It's just very physical.
So talking about your time in the NBA so far, what would you say is, throughout the entire league, who's the most difficult player to defend?
Man, it's so many names I can throw at you, man. But of course, LeBron, Dame time that was pretty tough too, man. And who was season ain't been in so long, I forgot who he played this year, man. But for sure, you got to CJ McCollum, man. That was a tough matchup as well, too, man. And Bradley Beal, So when we played the Wizards every time this year, like, it was pretty much send everybody at Bradley Beal. Like, that dude was going crazy, man. Going crazy for them. So yeah, those were pretty tough matchups I can remember from this year.
Now, one big game that you were involved in two occasions. So against the Lakers this year, probably one of our favorite games of the season. Number one, you guys win that game in Staples Center. Amazing game for you, career high 19 points.
Yeah.
But a little backstory to that. In December, you play the Lakers here at home. Unfortunately, we lose that game. But Wes, you got the crowd going, man. When you stood up to Dwight, little pushes here and there, the crowd went nuts. So walk me through that game at home, and then, of course, the game at Staples Center, your career high. Some of your experience in that environment against the Lakers.
The Lakers game here in Orlando, man, the energy in the building was crazy. Like, from when we was warming up to the little scuffle to the end of the game, the energy was crazy, man. So it was just kind of like, that's what it was, man. Dwight, he got the rebound, came through, big elbows, big shoulders, trying to big boy his way through the lane, man, trying to push people out the way. So, it's just, the energy was so crazy, and I just wasn't going for it. I wasn't going for it. So I tried to step in and, just try to, make it be known that, we ain't laying down. That's all that was. Hey, man, Jeff came up to me the next day, in practice, after practice. He was like, hey, Wes, I like the energy, man, but, let's be a little smarter next time and keep yourself in the game, man. Because the momentum of the game, I think we was on a run when that happened, man. It kind of changed up a little bit, but yeah, man, it was a fun game, man, fun times, and the one in Staples Center, that was special. That was special, man, because the energy again in the building was crazy, man, and we were down players, so for us to go out there and do that, as a team, I think it showed a lot, of what you really have and how deep of a team and good depth the team did have, man. But that game was special as well.
I think for fans it's always easier to say next man up,
right?
But it's harder to do.
Man,
and that was a special game because it's kind of like everyone was a part of it, everyone was involved, and everyone really stepped up, and you were a big part of that.
Exactly.
And it's for anyone that's really played the game, it's always hard to not get into the game, and whether you're taken out of the flow because the minutes aren't there, whatever the case may be.
Right.
The minute that you step on the floor is game time. Like everything else doesn't matter. And the fact that you go into it and you're ready all the time is something that it really stands out about you.
Yeah, man, and not to take it for granted, that is the toughest part of this all. Staying ready and being ready when you do get that opportunity, man. Because just being honest, the NBA is a business, and it's real easy to get lost in the business. That's just how life goes, honestly. If you're given the opportunity, a number of times, and it's kind of like you're not producing or you're not kind of playing up to the capabilities, man. It can get real scary, So that's been the hardest part for me, I would say. Staying ready, finding ways to stay ready. My 3 years as a pro, man. But for the best, it's been working out, man. I live for these moments, man. I live to not play this game, come in the next game, and then do what I got to do, man. Because that's just how tough-minded I am about things, man. So of course, as a competitor, I want to play every game and have consistent minutes every game. Like, I'm not gonna lie about that. That's also a frustrating part, but like I say, man, you just control what you can control, and then everything else works out, for the best. So that's it.
So how do you keep a level head, right? Because to go from a game against the Lakers in the Staples Center where you're such a huge contributor,
right?
And it's obvious, watching the game, Wes Cabal, like we see that.
Yeah.
But then not having regular playing minutes at certain points of the season, how do you keep yourself in a mind state where it's like, I'm not playing right now, but I'm still going to practice as hard as I would practice if I was playing?
I think that's just having a good circle around me. Not too many people or too many mouths in one ear out the other. I kind of keep my circle small, man, which is my brother, my best friend, and, maybe and my agent. Outside of that, I'll listen to you, but most of the time it's a small circle with me who I'm listening to about basketball advice, man. And I think that's took me a long way, through my career and staying focused. Just maintaining things. So that's pretty much what it's been of, me not getting so frustrated and lashing out or, trying to show bad body language within the moment.
No, I was gonna say, I mean, you've done an amazing job at that. I mean, as a fan, again, I go to every game, and I've always said to myself, it's hard to do what Wes does. I think out of anyone on the team, because I see you go, playing no minutes, maybe 3 games in a row, then being a starter, for maybe the next week or so, and that's not easy to do. I play basketball just for fun, and just going from not playing to playing, your body, the way it reacts, it's difficult. So think about a player coming out of college in your shoes, maybe being undrafted or a second-round pick. What's your biggest advice for that player as they're coming into the NBA?
Man, this understanding what you're really getting yourself into, as far as in like roles are changing, man. I would say, you got to come in, all ears, taking everything in and just, being a student of the game again. Because, it's like you come in, with the attitude of, I was this guy in college, so I'm going to do this here. Then I've seen it work sometimes for guys. Some guys can do that, but then some guys, most of the time it makes the job a lot harder, for yourself, man, because you're just not focused in the beginning, man. So I think just coming in as a student, soaking everything in, being a sponge, man, to new things, new systems, coaches, teammates, as a young guy, I think is the best thing to do.
And I think the reality is you really don't have too many success stories from players that are drafted late in the second round or in the second round in general. So the fact that you're able to come out of that and kind of carve your way and make yourself a permanent part of the NBA, not just a team, of the NBA in general, I think it goes a lot to the type of work that you've put in and the mentality that you have.
Yeah, thank you, man, for sure, man. That's it's man, just being honest, as a second round pick, man, you have a lot more food on your plate to eat, so the weight on your shoulders is a little heavier, man, but that's just having that mindset. Like, that just goes back to having a good circle around you and just mentally, not physically, mentally, being strong, man, because I think the mental part is the part that can sometimes slip through the cracks and not get talked about enough. But mentally, man, you gotta be strong to be in this business, because you got your all-stars and your superstars who have the red carpet laid out for them, and then everybody else. Not saying everybody, of course, everybody else has the option to work hard to get to that, man, which is that should be the mindset of every player. But coming in as a new guy, man, you got to understand that, you got to work, and just got to take it day by day.
Now, Wes, we're going to jump into something that we call in the OZone, which is kind of a rapid fire questions that we're going to try to, we're going to get you the questions. You're going to answer them as fast as you can.
Cool.
All right. So first one, City Edition uniforms or statement uniforms?
City Edition.
Who is the funniest teammate in the locker room?
DJ.
Who's the most competitive in the locker room?
Oh, DJ.
Who's the best rapper on the squad?
Best rapper on the squad. I'm not gonna pick myself. Of course, I'll pick myself. I give it to AG, man. AG is pretty dope.
Nice. How about toughest teammate to guard in practice?
AG. Bro, that dude is like, you think he's strong on the court, try guarding him in practice.
And most memorable NBA moment?
Most memorable NBA moment, I would say, as far as in the game, my first matchup with LeBron James, man, I would say, I got a whole picture of that thing, man, so framed and everything. So I would say that's my most memorable moment. And
when it's all said and done, what does the career of Wes Iwundu look like?
13 plus years in the league, man. Are you talking about stats wise, or are you just talking about accolades?
All the above. I'm talking about stories that you're gonna tell your kids, your grandkids. Well, what's the impact that you see looking back of what you left behind you?
Looking back, man, I would say, yeah, man. Hopefully one day I want to win a championship, man. Get some all-team defensive accolades, man. And when it's all said and done, man, yeah, hopefully I have a good 13-year career, man, and won some championships and, just made it a special place, made a special home, and found a special place, man. So that's pretty much it.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, Wes, where can all the fans find you on social media?
Instagram, I'm at @1ref_. Twitter, I believe, is _1do25, and it's pretty much all I use, man. Just Twitter and Instagram. I have a Facebook, but I'm not active on there. So.
All right, thank you so much for your time. You've been awesome. Gave us some good points.
Yeah, guys, thank you for having me, man. And, yo, let's get back to this league, baby. It's time.
I got you.
Yeah, for sure, guys.
Appreciate it, Wes.
Thank you, guys. Yep, stay safe.
Thank you for listening to the OZone podcast, the voice of Magic fans.
Be sure to visit our website, theozonepod.com, and remember to subscribe, rate, and leave a review on all your favorite podcast listening platforms.